Those two go into the chassis rail. That's a hole and you can just see the daylight through there. That's what I've ended up with, these two here. And then on the back here, it's not perfect. I got it as close as I could, but it is a little bit off. That's how it kind of looks there with the battery trace. You can see there around each side essentially, so it's definitely not going anywhere. And there's the other side there. So that's where we finished up. Two straps on there nicely. Righto, g'day, Diesel here from Getting Around Oz Camper Trailer Travelling, and today I'm going to tell you about my experiences so far with this Litime 230 amp hour lithium battery. I'm going to tell you about the time that I killed this accidentally and what happened, and I'm going to tell you about another time where I killed this intentionally to see what would happen. For both of those, I'm going to tell you what happened, what I found, and then I'm going to tell you about where it sits today. And it might surprise you, it might not, but I guess that's what you're going to hang around for. And it was back in March when we received this one from Litime, and it was April that we did a 4-week trip across the country. And I think now it's been in July. I think now I can give you a bit of a rundown of how I found it, and they've also hooked us up, or hooked you up, with a discount code as well, which I'll chuck in the description. I'll tell you about. And if you're looking for a lithium battery for your caravan, camper trailer, or your car, I reckon today's video might give you a bit of an indication of what you can expect from these guys. But if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, grab yourself a coldie, and let's get into it. So I'm going to start this video today with telling you about this battery, what it is, what it can do, what its limitations, all that sort of stuff. And then I'm going to tell you about my two stories. So if you already know about these batteries and want to skip the story, go ahead now. Now, Litime jumped on board as a sponsor for us back at the start of the year. Originally, we were talking about a couple of 100 amp hour batteries, also looking at a lithium battery for our boat, which might happen at a later date. We end up settling on this one here, and they've activated an 8% discount code for you. So I'll chuck the link and the code in the description of the video. So if you want to grab one of those and want to support us, use that link and use the code and grab yourself a discount. First thing I'm going to tell you is these batteries are bloody cheap. You cannot deny that. And this one here currently, hopefully it is still at this price at the time of this video going live, which I'm told it should be. $8.39 is what you get one of these for. You can use the 8% discount code on top of that. I think it came down to 700 and something. So those of you a bit cleverer than I am can do the math on that one. So time to give you some specs now. And while the BMS is kind of the feature of this video. There's obviously quite a few other features that make this a bloody good option. Lithium battery, so LiPo4 prismatic cells, 5 years warranty. Yeah, that's 5. A lot of brands don't do it, which they bloody should. Cycle life, so if you're discharging this 100%, from full to flat, you get 4,000 cycles or 15,000 cycles at 60% depth of discharge, which is more likely what you'll experience. Rated capacity, this is 230 amp hours. The energy is 2,944 watt hours, if that's a language you like to speak. This one here you can parallel in a series up to 4 of them. BMS is 200 amps. This has a max continuous output of 2,560 watts. Well, that was probably one of the main reasons I went with this, because we like to use the air fryer when we're camping, which is about 2,300 amps of drawing power, so definitely covers there. Max continuous discharge current of 200 amps, so 20.5 kilos is the weight of this thing, which is not much at all for 230 amp hours, and that's 230 usable amp hours. That's a lot. Size wise, it's not too big. I'll chuck it up the screen, but essentially it's 48 centimeters long by 24 centimeters high and was at 17 centimeters wide, so it's not much bigger than 100 amp hour battery, to be honest with you. It's just slightly higher and only slightly longer, so it's, for what you get out of it, it's definitely very practical for use. Alright, so time to tell you about my 2 experiences with this. First thing to keep in mind is the batteries I had in here before were fine. There was no need to change them over. Litime offered this to me for free to test out, so it was a hiding to nothing situation. I thought, you know what, got it for nothing. Let's see what this thing can do. So when I put this one in the camper trailer, I fully charged it. At the time I was using the DC charger to charge it, so just charging off solar. So after fully charging this thing up, the DC charger started bloody playing up, and I thought, you know what, I'll just leave it. So there's no charge getting to this thing. I forget how long it took. It took a while, because this thing, still has lights and bits and pieces, still needs to power up. Once it was dead, showing nothing on the battery monitor, I came in and I could hear a beeping noise coming from this thing, which I assume was the BMS. It'd been dead for close to a week, because I wanted to make sure of it. I then decided to reconnect the DC charger, which started working. I got the multimeter on this thing, and bang, it essentially just came back to life and was no bloody worries at all. So BMS had done its job. Alright, quick stretch of legs and I'm back on. Now the second experience, and I will say, when you get round to watching this in the trip series, I was quite embarrassed at the time, and a little bit sheepish telling you about it now, but it is what it is. But also, at the time, I had no idea what was bloody going on, and it definitely made for a pretty tough time out in the road. And I guess now I can sort of have a laugh about it. But anyway, here goes. Okay, so it's time to get in here, and well, day's coming up very nice. As soon as the sun comes up in the outback, so do the flies. But I'm just going to have to deal with that. I'm just out doing a check now, and unfortunately things have gone from bad to worse. And it's the sort of thing I don't really want to talk about, because I'm pretty embarrassed, to be honest with you. What happened was, I was in there checking all the connections. I was on the phone to the Sparky. We're out in the middle of bloody nowhere, and I was having a problem with the charging of the battery, which at the time I didn't know whether it was a charger or the battery. So I was in here doing some work. Hurley was out having a shower actually, and I got to the point where I had the multimeter and I was testing literally every connection in the whole 12 volt setup to work out where power was going or where it may not have been getting through. And I was going around testing every connection. Everything was getting power. It was all good. And then the cable that goes from the battery itself to the DC charger, positive and negative cables, I had actually disconnected from the Anderson plug. I had the positive one in my hand, and I was doing some testing. I think I went to get the meter, and it sort of kind of slipped out of my hand and touched some metal in the battery box, and everything just went quiet. Everything just shut off. At that point, I didn't know what had actually bloody happened, to be honest with you. What I did know at the time was the battery was dead. I couldn't bring it back to life. I tried to, so basically got the multi-mirror on there, showing nothing. Tried to kickstart it with a little jump starter that I had to bring it back to life. No good. I don't remember hearing the beeping at the time. It was just, everything was just stone cold dead. I tried the 240 volt charger, like a car battery charger, which I had on me as a backup. Nothing. Had to leave it, had to pack up. And it was later that day at a stop further down the road, I got here and had a look, and it was only when I disconnected the terminal, so took everything off the terminals themselves, got the Kickstarter on the battery, click, chucked the multimeter prongs on there. The battery was good to go. So obviously with the jump starter, brought it out of sleep mode or whatever it was, and the battery was good from that point on. That was back in April, and here we are in July now, and the battery's still going. There's two experiences of mine, which one was intentional, one was completely by accident, but I guess it's something that could happen to anyone. But in summary, what I can tell you is the BMS, and it's not a surprise because before I accepted to take on this battery, I watched a lot of reviews of people in America because they have quite a presence in America. A lot of teardown videos and testing videos had tested out the BMS, and they said it was super impressive. And based off my experiences, I can tell you that the BMS does a fantastic job. And if that doesn't kill it, I'm not sure what will. And I guess if you're interested in capacity testing, I haven't done that, and I don't have the gear to do that, so I can't talk to that. Regarding the usage, it all looks to be comparative, or looks like it should be looking, to be honest with you. But if I was asked by a friend or family, what do you think of these things? Should I get them? I definitely bloody recommend them. The first thing is, I know that it's robust. It can handle an idiot like me, firstly, which means it can handle most of us, right? But honestly, they're bloody cheap as well. With the 5-year warranty, the free shipping, put the discount code on there as well. It's a bit of a no-brainer. So there you go. Don't forget, there is a discount code to use along with the link that I'll chuck in the description. I do get a bit of a kickback for that one, so if you want to support us and you want to buy one of these, use that to grab one of these here, and you'll be helping me out. And stick around because you're going to see this in future videos. This thing is definitely staying in the camper. It's not going anywhere. Very happy with this one. But if you have any questions, or I've forgotten to cover off something, chuck them in the comments. Like the video if you can. Get behind us, and yeah, let us know what you think, and let us know if you have any experiences using a Litime battery yourself. I'm Deeds for Getting Around Oz, camper trailer traveling. We'll catch you the next one.